Hey guys, when you don't want to do direct substitution to evaluate a polynomial, you can use something called synthetic substitution. This should be a shortcut for you instead of having to plug everything in all the time. So let's start with this example. F of x equals 2x to the fourth minus 5x cubed minus 4x plus 8. The first thing we want to make sure that we identify is that our function is in standard form, and recall that standard form is when the highest degree exponent comes first and the rest follow in order after that. So this is a fourth degree, a third degree. Notice that we're missing a squared, and then we have x to the first power, and then we have no x's, so x to the 0 power, or our constant value. Once we know that it's in standard form, then what we're going to do is we're going to write the coefficients of each of the exponents, each of the coordinates. So we would start with 2, negative 5. Don't forget that there is something here. It's a 0, because that would be 0x squared. Then we have negative 4, and we have 8. I'm going to skip a line and draw this little box. On the left-hand side, I want to evaluate this for when x equals 3. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to put 3. All right, the first thing that I do is I take our first coefficient and I drop it down below my little box. So 2 is here. Anything that's outside of the box is going to get multiplied by that value that we're searching for. So anything outside the box will get multiplied by 3. So we're going to multiply 2 by 3, and the result will go back inside the box. So here we will put 6. Now we add down. So negative 5 plus 6 equals 1. 1 is outside the box, so we multiply it by 3 and put it back inside the box, and then we add down. So in this case, we're going to have 0 plus 3, which is 3. Okay, 3 is outside of the box, so I'm going to multiply it by 3, and when I do that, I get 9. And then I add down, so negative 4 plus 9 equals 5. 5 is outside of the box. Multiply it by 3, and I get 15. When I add down, I end up getting 23. This is the solution. Therefore, we know that f of 3 would be equal to 23. If you want to prove that you're right, you can use the direct substitution method and plug 3 in for all of the x values and solve. So that's here. I think you'll find that it's a little bit faster to use synthetic substitution once you get a hang of it. So here's another example for you to try. F of x equals 5x cubed plus 3x squared minus x plus 7. I want to solve it or evaluate it for when x equals 2. Go ahead and pause the video here and try it by yourself. If you've done it yourself, you should have gotten 57 as the answer, and you can see the work here. We laid out all of the coefficients. So there's the 5, the 3, the negative 1, and the 7. And the 2 was the value that we were trying to evaluate. So recall, we'll drop down that first value of 5, and then we multiply it. Since it's outside of the box, we multiply it by 2, and we get 10. Drop those down, we get 13. It's outside the box, multiply it by 2, and we get 26. Drop those down, we get 25. It's outside the box. Multiply it by 2, and we get 50. Combine the last two values, and you get 57. Okay, that's it for synthetic substitution.